Okay, so guys, today we'll be talking about leveling our Wemix Plus, and I just got this idea while exploring this Wemix Plus, and I noticed that the rewards at the higher levels, especially the last two, are pretty insane. Like you can get a Legend Valkyrie and also materials to upgrade your Epic Valkyrie to a Legend. But guys, again, take note, this is just an idea. This is not a trick or something like a pro step. So let's just figure out this together as I explain it. But anyway guys, before we continue, quick words from our sponsor. If you're looking for cheap and best Legend of Ymir diamonds, you can buy from MMOXP and just use my code Shendong to get your 6% discount, and link is in our description. Alright, so back to the topic. This might be a little confusing at first, so just stick with me guys, and I'll try to explain this in the simplest way I can, and we'll break down all the numbers so you can see exactly how it works. So guys, first thing, there are 3 ways to level up our Wemix Plus, but we're going to focus on region trade stations. So here's the main key guys. Every time you spend Wemix in the region trade station, 50% of what you spend counts as Wemix Plus XP. So for example, if you buy an item for 50 Wemix, you gain 25 XP. That is the 50% of what you spent. And then if you will sell it back again to 50 Wemix, you will not be able to get back the exact 50 Wemix. You will only get 40 Wemix because of the 20% tax. So this is actually the mechanic I was thinking about for leveling up our Wemix Plus. We just buy to earn Wemix Plus XP, and then we sell it again, and then we buy it again for XP and then sell again. So it's just like that guys. So the next thing we can do is calculate how much Wemix we actually lose per level, and here in their official website they have the infos here about the XP needed for each level of Wemix Plus. And also here you are seeing that they actually made the leveling easier. But anyway guys, let's do a sample. So here, to reach level 2, this is what we need. First, level 1 needs 10 XP, and then level 2 needs 30 XP. So basically the total XP we need is 40 XP. And since 50% of Wemix spent in the region trade counts for XP, therefore we need to spend 80 Wemix in the region trade. And if we sell it back again, we will lose 20%, which is 16 Wemix. So basically that 16 Wemix is like the cost of reaching level 2 using this method of buy and sell method. Now some of you might be thinking, shouldn't it be 40% and not 20%? Well, actually that's right, but 40% is more of the self-trade scenario. Like if you're using a dummy account, like let's say that you buy something for 80 Wemix and then level up with 40 XP, right? And then you will sell it again to your dummy, and after that your dummy will sell it back to you so that you can level up again. But with that guys, your dummy will be getting another 20% tax from that sales, so it's like a double tax. But anyway, hopefully you guys are following and seeing the bigger picture of what I'm trying to explain. So 20% is only achievable if you have a real buyer of your item, or if you have a friend who is also doing what you're doing, which is buying in the region trade for the purpose of leveling up your Wemix Plus. So another option that I was thinking, if ever you don't have a partner or friend to do this, it is to keep buying items that are really hot and in demand, so someone else can just buy them back really fast when you are going to sell it, and by that you will lose only 20% tax. But the downside is you will have less control with the process, like you will be totally relying on the flow of the market. So again, another option, as I said earlier, you can do it with your friend or your guildmates who's also leveling in this buy and sell method. So it's like you buy from them and you level up your Wemix Plus, and then you sell it back to them again so that they buy from you, and by that they can level up too, and vice versa. So by that is obviously a 20% tax only, and for me that's a lot better because you also have more control to the process. So what I did next guys, with this idea and concept running in my mind, with the help of AI or the ChatGPT, we made a table with the numbers based on the table they provided us here in the latest patch. Okay, so guys, take a look at this table, and if ever you need this, just go back to this part. Okay, so here for understanding the data, let me just make a sample reading so that you can use this too in the future if ever you want. So if you want to reach level 6, the total Wemix spent is 1,620, which means that is the total Wemix you will be spending starting from level 1 and then leveling to level 2, level 3 up to level 6. And with the 20% tax, where this is the buy and sell with friends scenario, you will be losing 324 Wemix with that process. And with 40% tax, where this is more of the self-trade scenario, you will be losing 648 Wemix, which is really high, guys, like compared to 20%. That's why it's not really ideal to do this alone. Now, another question is, based on the numbers that we got from the AI, is it really worth it to lose this amount of Wemix for leveling the Wemix Plus? Well, if you will check the rewards of each level of Wemix Plus, they are actually pretty cool. And for the level 6, since this is the sample data that we were checking earlier, here in level 6, you will be able to have an access to the Hall of Gold for 3 hours per week. And guys, this one is actually almost like a lifetime access. And you're going to get a lot of rewards too from level 1 to up to level 6. So what do you think about this one? Like, what do you think of losing 324 Wemix for this specific level? Well, for me, it's actually still expensive for me. That's just for me. But anyway, guys, on the final level, we already saw this earlier. Here, you're going to get the materials that you need for upgrading your Epic Valkyrie to a Legend Valkyrie. And if you will check also the level before this level 15, you will also get a guaranteed Legend Valkyrie. So there are a lot of rewards here. But based on the table that we just created, honestly, leveling up to the highest level is really expensive. Like, man, this is 80,000 Wemix, guys. And with this amount, you can even buy a car for this one with the current price of Wemix. So maybe if the Wemix price drops really hard, I think that will be the best or golden opportunity to push to the highest level of Wemix Plus. But right now, I don't know if this one is really worth it. So how about you guys? I want to know your thoughts about this one. Feel free to share in the comments. And also, guys, another idea that comes to my mind while creating this content, I was thinking too that if you are a seller, like you are selling Wemix to someone and then they are playing Legend of Ymir 2, you could actually sell your Wemix through the region trade. Like, instead of just transferring Wemix directly to them, you can buy their item in the region trade. So it's something like a ghost trading thing. But with that process, you can level up your Wemix Plus while at the same time selling your Wemix. Yeah, but still, guys, remember, tax still applies, so always plan accordingly, guys. So guys, that's it. That's what I was thinking this morning about this leveling of Wemix Plus. Again, this is not a trick, this is just an idea to think about. But hopefully, guys, this gave you some perspective on the cost versus rewards, and maybe you might get another strategy in mind to discuss and brainstorm with your friends. Okay, so guys, again, thanks for hanging out with me in this content, and as always, happy gaming, guys.